Hi there folks, my name's NovaWing24 and welcome once again to FSX. So today we're once again continuing with a bit of a nautical theme at the moment, and we're going to be reviewing one of Virtavia's newer offerings, that is the Douglas A4 Skyhawk. Been very fortunate enough to be given a review copy of this little scooter, as she was colloquially known, by the great team over at pcaviator.com.au. So we're going to put the Skyhawk through its paces today, and we're going to go through and see what she's going to be, see what all the fuss is about. Alright, so I guess probably the first thing to have a look at is we'll have a quick look at the exterior model while we're here, and then I'll natter a bit about its history later on. So look, something that I just noticed as well with the Virtavia stuff is that, yeah, the exterior modelling is absolutely fantastic. It really is. Now, this particular pack from Virtavia does include the A4E and the A4F. Variants and some of their sub variants as well, such as this one. This is the A4G, so this was a sub variant of the A4F, but without the avionics hump. So but yeah, I just want to show you, yeah, look, the exterior modeling and texturing is absolutely incredible. It really is. Like, the level of detail that's here is just absolutely incredible. Now they put some custom animations in there that was beautiful. Like, for example, like, when you shut your engines down, you hit your wing fold command and a ladder appears for you to crew to come in and out of. So it's that kind of level of detail, guys, which is absolutely amazing and really worth taking note of when you're looking at some quality add-ons. So alright, well, now that we've had a look at the beautiful exterior model, let's jump inside the office, shall we? Alright, so, and here we have the office for the A4. Now, this is a almost fully functioning virtual cockpit. The guys from Virtavia have absolutely really outdone themselves, the quality of this one. So, as you may recall, for those who've seen my sort of look at the Prowler, I did have some concerns over the cockpit. I'll tell you what, they've more than redeemed themselves with this amazing cockpit here. So, this whole model is fully FSX native, so it's got all the wonderful FSX features like your bump mapping and 2048 quality textures in this one, which is really impressive. Alright, so let's have a quick run through of the office before we get started on a takeoff roll, shall we? As I said, it is pretty much almost all fully functioning and absolutely incredible to look at. So you've got the A4 was designed as a strike aircraft and not as an air-to-air. So hence there is no traditional HUD, but there is a gun sight, a projector gun sight. So this one is primarily for air-to-ground sort of strafing with cannons and rockets. Not really for air-to-air, but it is modelled correctly, which is pretty cool. The other really cool thing about this one as well, folks, is that you've got a fully functioning and working radar. So this is the APG-53A radar that was fitted to the majority of these aircraft. Now, it is fully functional with a variety of modes as well, so we might just power that one on so you can have a quick look. Where are you? There's your radar controls down the bottom here. Let's put it into search mode, shall we? Alright, so you can lift this little anti-glare cover there, pop that up. Alright, so you got various little range controls which are offset down here as well. Okay, if I click the button, there we are. You'll like gain and various things like that as well. So, look, guys, yeah, this is a pretty cool little feature as well, being able to actually see and have this actually functioning in here, and something that I'm really quite impressed by. So yeah, definitely pretty cool. It does have a variety of different modes as well, so you can sort of go through like your direct terrain scanning. You can also go through a sort of weapon delivery and a terrain following mode as well. So pretty awesome attention to detail, that one. Alright, what else we got? So as I said, most of the things are fully clickable. You got your controls down here for your heading selectors and heading bugs and stuff like that. Cool feature that was in the late model EZFs and the A4G is this little smaller arms. So these are auto deploy spoilers. So they pop out. You arm them before landing on, except when you're landing on a carrier. You don't do it when you're landing on a carrier. And as soon as they feel the sort of like weight and impact on the wheels, they'll actually automatically kick out the spoilers. And then you just need to remove them just by pushing the throttle forward a little bit. So. And then we've got sort of a squawk ident over there, and we've got radios over here. So overall, look, it's a pretty awesome setup, this one. As I said, very impressed by, especially after I was expecting amazing things from the exterior textures, but the interiors really does blow me away. So pretty impressive, this one. Alright, so what we might do is we might close the canopy down, bring that one down. Now we've set our flaps to take off. Alright, I think it's just about time we put her up and see how she goes for a spin. And if we're really lucky, we might take a trip back in time and see if we can land on HMAS Melbourne. So today, folks, by the way, as we start our takeoff roll, this is we are taking off from Naval Air Station Nowra in New South Wales in Australia. So this was the home of Australia's A4G Skyhawks when they weren't embarked aboard HMAS Melbourne. So yeah, nice little touch there. I thought we'd do a bit of a revisit here. Guys, the airfield was improved from the default FSX one through the ADF AI expansion. So this expansion is more than just about adding AI aircraft to your flight sim experience. It also goes through and adds a lot to the various different Australian military airfields and airfields the Australian military operates out of. So, alright, so let's we'll shoot towards the coastline. Now, something to see, what you just said there, so that's essentially that's the stall warning. So the design of the A4 Skyhawk is very, very interesting actually. So she was designed to replace the Douglas A4 Skyraider, so its predecessor, the sort of fixed wing piston aircraft, and it was designed essentially as its replacement. And it was a very interesting design process. So the designer, Ed Heinemann, Heinemann, yeah. He sort of went through and looked at, what are some of the drawbacks and issues of various other carrier aircraft that are operating and things like that. And one of the big things was, there's a lot of weight on carrier aircraft. You've got to have strengthened landing gear. You've got all these wing fold mechanisms, so you can put them, stow them safely and stuff like that. He actually then sort of came up with a bit of a different idea. So why not make something that's compact, doesn't need the wing folding mechanisms and all those heavy things, and see what we can come up with. And the result was the Douglas Skyhawk. A couple of really cool innovative features in this one. So for example, the wings, it is this very small delta configuration, which is somewhat typical of post World War II sort of early jets, where they did have a delta configuration, engine down the center line and stuff like that. But what it does is, because it's such a small wing area, it actually doesn't need to have folded wings to actually go down on deck elevators and fit comfortably on carriers. So you save a huge amount of weight by not having to worry about this deck folding mechanism. So I think I'm going to go a bit of nap the earth flight. I want to go down a bit. Ooh, I think I just found our carrier. Yeah, there we are. The time portal opened for us. But what it also put some other innovations as well. Like for example, the slats you saw deployed at the start, as before I took off. So they are there, but they're not powered or actuated. They actually rely on gravity and pressure to actually deploy. So at below a certain airspeed, they will sort of deploy by themselves. So thereby again having to save a lot of unnecessary weight that would be required in putting sort of mechanical structures in. So very innovative. The A4 Skyhawk also sort of brought a few other sort of firsts to its operators as well. It was one of the first to pioneer the idea of buddy tanking or buddy fueling. So what this essentially would mean is that oh yeah, and by the way guys, you can do a high-speed stall in this thing if you're not really careful. So in that regard, the flight model and dynamics is pretty damn bloody awesome, by the way. Yeah, so because yeah, you can be very careful you don't do a high-speed stall in it. Anyway, so while we sort of go shoot past carrier for this one, what was I saying? I was saying something really important. Can't remember what it was now. Yep, no, completely gone. But yeah, anyway, the flight model, yeah, is pretty damn awesome. Very, very impressed by it. It feels pretty amazing as well. The guys at Virtavia did a lot of work on making sure that they could get it right, and they actually got loadouts. And the flight dynamics are customized and based on the loadouts that are pre-described. So there are a series of, I think it's like 5 or 6 different loadouts that are on here. Now, although there are no weapons per se, it's not tac pack enabled or anything silly like that. What it does do is if you use the jettison stores button, which is just down there, the jettisons. If you jettison the stores, then what you can actually do is you actually end up, it actually changes the flight dynamics just a little bit to actually sort of simulate, you know, that weight has gone, there's no more, you know, covers on rockets and stuff like that, so it is pretty cool. Drive flaps, bit of drive wheels as well, see if we can turn into this one. Yeah, and the aircraft was pretty damn popular with its pilots and crews, and surprisingly enough, it also found, I mean, nearly 3,000 of these aircraft were produced throughout its lifetime, and I am way too high, I think, for this approach. Well, let's see how we go. See how we go. See if I can trap this and try not to stall it out in the meantime. Alright, okay. Just coming from finals there, yeah, and yeah, over 3,000, almost 3,000 of these were produced and used by a variety of armed forces around the world, and in fact, actually, to this day, they're actually still in operation. The Brazilian Navy actually continues to use them at the moment. They've been modernized, of course, in various midlife upgrade programs, but they are no, way too low, way off the center line. Yep, no, waving off that one. Yeah, various midlife upgrade and programs and all the rest of it, but they have, to this day, they still serve as a frontline unit for the Brazilian Navy operating off their carrier, which is the ex-French Navy Foch, I do believe. Otherwise, it's got a bit of a prominent operational history as well. So it has served. It served as the U.S. forces in Vietnam. It was amongst one of the first aircraft to actually conduct operational sorties against North Vietnamese targets. And also reportedly is the aircraft that conducted the last actual bombing mission in the South Vietnamese, sorry, in the Vietnamese conflict there. So pretty epic sort of notations on that one. Also used operationally in conflict by the Israelis. Extensively made use of it during the Six-Day War and the Wars of Attrition with various Arab forces. Try and set up again for this next approach. Ooh. That's rather random. I think I've got some AI traffic going on there. Alright. So yeah, I'm not used to the angled deck. Is not as angled as it is on US carriers, folks. So I think I was been doing too much practicing using US carriers and not enough with the Australian ones. So there we go. All right, so we'll line this one up. Oh, and we trapped. Yeah. Yes, my carry and landing instructor would not be impressed with that, but hey, we got it down. We got it down. That's pretty major thing there. So yeah, as I was saying, it has been used operationally by various forces, and also most notably by the Argentinians during the Falklands War as well. It was extensively used by them operationally, and they managed to score quite a few hits against British forces on that one during that conflict as well. So she's definitely seen her fair share of action over the years with a variety of forces, and yeah, there you go. Well, folks, as I push back and prepare to line up on HMAS Melbourne's catapult, I suppose I better send off a bit with some of my reviews and stuff. So. Alright, well, what do I think? Well, overall... Oh, we've got a bit of superstructure getting in the way there. What do I think? Overall, this is an amazing aircraft to fly, and really impressive work by Virtavia, it really is. So, I think that whatever else has gone on, you know, in the past, some of the other or whatever, I think that this one is absolutely incredible. It really is. The fact that, you know, each of the flight dynamics is specific to different loadouts, that is pretty damn awesome. It really is. It is, as I said, a full FSX model. It's got the full bump mapping. The external textures, as you can see, are incredible, and the internal textures, just as importantly, are also just as amazing. As you can see as well, folks, you can do full carrier traps on it, and it is set up for the carrier launching as well. It's got the full catapult holdback system, so yes, very impressive. So if you're looking for something to add to your naval collection, or if you just want to find out what all the fuss is about the aircraft that was colloquially known as the Scooter, or as Heinemann's Hot Rod, and believe me, once you take her off and she's nice and light, and especially if you fly one of the clean versions like the Adversary aircraft or the Blue Angels aircraft, which are featured in this, you will understand why she was called a bit of a hot rod. So there you go. Alright, folks, look, I think I'm pretty much going to end it there, but on one final thing though, as I said, this copy has been provided courtesy of the wonderful team over at pcaviator.com.au. Now, they have a fantastic special going at the moment. It's coming until the 31st of March, where you can actually pick yourself up 3 Virtavia titles for the price of 2. So, guys, highly recommend that you, if you've been thinking about Virtavia, if you want to pick this up, and I do strongly recommend you pick this one up, because this thing is an amazing fun little aeroplane. A lot of fun to muck around with, and just, yeah, there's a reason why it was called the Hot Rod. There really is. But yeah, guys, head on over to pcaviator.com.au and pick yourself up this wonderful little aeroplane. You will have a bucket ton of fun with it, and it is very, very well done. So props to the Virtavia guys. Alright, folks, thanks very much for watching today, my little review of Virtavia's A-4 Skyhawk. I'll pop all the links and the like and down in the description down below. Otherwise, folks, take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.